after the night before. Welcome to Taking the Mikel, powered by Bet Winner. It's great to be back with the main man, John Obi Mikel, Chris McHardy, and Johnny. Good morning.
Morning, mate. How are you?
It's plenty to get our
You're looking young with a new haircut.
I knew you were going there. I do, don't I?
You do, mate.
I look very young. I look younger than you now, John.
A lot of fans will probably say you should be having this haircut every week before.
Thanks, John. Yeah, I should. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I look about 45 and now I look about 15 on the podcast for this edition. Recording this podcast the morning after the night before. Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Arsenal. It finished 1 apiece. Chelsea playing the best part of an hour with 10 men. We'll get to Moises Caicedo in a moment. Give me your overall take on what we witnessed at the Bridge.
Oh, brilliant game, I think, it was a good game to watch. A lot happened, didn't it? From the red card to the goal, to Arsenal coming back and equalising. There's a lot of yellow cards.
It's kind of game you would have loved to have played in.
Kind of game I would have loved to. That's crying out for a kind of a game that Diego Costa would love to be in. Kicking and punching and pulling everything he sees. But it was a brilliant game. I thought, we played really well. Going down to 10 men and playing the best part of an hour with 10 men was absolutely brilliant. I just think, Enzo Maresca has found this system of having, the captain, the leader, Reece James to play in midfield. I know a few times you tried it last year. A lot of people questioned and criticized him of having Reece James to play in midfield, best right back in the world. Why do you play him in midfield? But we can see now that the belief and the trust and the confidence that the manager have in Reece James playing in midfield alongside Moises Caicedo in big games as well. So in big games, he tend to have him to play alongside Moises Caicedo, just to keep that balance in the team. And we can see that's absolutely working wonders. It's brilliant to see both of them complement each other really, really well. And then give Enzo Fernandez the ability to go forward and get in the box as well. So it was a brilliant game. We played really, really well. Started the game well, and then went down to 10 men. I thought that's something we need to also deal with, I mean, how many games have we finished this season, and not finishing the game with 11 players?
4th red card, I think, this season.
4th red card as well. So that's not good enough. I've spoken about it here on the pod. We need to the manager needs to speak with his players. He needs to speak with the players, whatever he has to do, because it's costing us games as well. Because if you look at that game yesterday, if we finished the game with 11 men, I think that's the game we should have won easily. I think that's the game we would have won. Maybe not easily, but comfortably. We would have won that game. I think going down to 10 men kind of cost us the game. Yes, we did get a point, but we would have got all 3 points if we finished the game with 11 men. So that's something that the manager has to deal with. The manager has to speak with the players. Whatever we have to do to make sure we start finishing game with 11 players, we have to do that because it's costing us game. We start games really, really well, and then we go down to 10 men. Then we suffer. Then we struggle. So we have to find a way. That's something the manager has to deal with. But it was a really good game. We played well. I thought Sanchez yesterday was brilliant. I must say that. Listen, when a player does well, we have to speak about him. As much as we criticize him sometimes, and when he's done well, we have to say he's done really, really well. I thought Sanchez had a brilliant game yesterday. Maybe a little bit the goal that we conceded, he should have come out to claim that ball like he did most of the game yesterday. But he was absolutely brilliant. Played really well. Made some brilliant saves. And of course, the defense as well. Chalobah was really, really good. Fofana. I thought Cucurella as well, as always, did really well against Saka. But again, you have to talk about Reece James, don't we? We have to talk about the captain, the leader.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Back-to-back huge games, John. Midweek against Barca, home to Arsenal. He's had his fitness troubles. We know that. But he's played quick succession. He's been magnificent in both games. You've said on this pod an awful lot. Get Reece James fit. And not only do you have a potentially great leader, but you've got just an incredible footballer.
Listen, the quality, there's no doubt about the quality. There's no question about the quality. There is no question about the ability that he has. There is no question that he is the best right back right now in the world. There is no question about that. It's how does he stay fit?
That's it.
And credit to the kid. This season, he's done that. Last season, I talked about it. I think coming towards the end of the season, he started to find his fitness back. He was fit, he was playing every game. And then leading up to this season, now we can see a fit Reece James. We can't talk enough about his quality, about his potential, about his ability, everything that he has. He is the best right back in the world right now. There is no question about that. If he stays fit, for me, he is the best right back in the world. But also to deputize in midfield, to convert from playing the right back and then coming into the midfield where, for me, it's the most difficult position to play because you have everyone around you.
Different pictures as well,
Different pictures you have to see. You have to be the awareness to play in the midfield is absolutely crazy because you have to be aware of everything going around you. And for him to come into that midfield and play the way he does, you've said it. We've said it here. The game against Barcelona he was absolutely magnificent. And again, to do it, quick succession as well, playing in midweek and then playing again against Arsenal, yesterday. And we talk about a player that was consistently injured. I've said it so many times. I bumped into him, a couple of times in London. And I said, listen, Reece, I have nothing against you. Whatever you hear me or whatever you see me talk about you on my podcast, I have nothing against you. For me, I want you fit.
That's it.
The whole team, the fans, the club, we want you fit. Because we know if you are fit, the team plays different. You are the best right back in the world. You are the captain. You are the leader. And we want you. If you are fit, there's no question. Everything else takes care of himself if you're fit. The football talent is there. The ability is there. The quality is there.
Physicality.
The physicality is there. And now he's so confident the way he plays because he knows he's fit, he's strong, he's confident in himself, he's assured of himself. And everything just takes care of himself. And yesterday when I watched him play, he was absolutely magnificent. He was superb. He was everywhere. He was breaking up plays. He was running with the ball. He was driving us forward. He was switching up play from right to left. He was everywhere. He was marshalling the defense. He was speaking to the players. And I just thought that is the captain I want to see. That is the leader I want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the captain. And when you are the captain, when you are the leader and you are constantly available to the manager for selection, you are constantly available to your teammates, that just brings confidence to the team. And I thought from that performance yesterday, Reece James has not only earned the confidence of the fans, of the players, but of that dressing room as a whole. Yeah. Because I watched him yesterday and I saw a true leader. In big games, he turned up, he showed up, went down to 10 men. He was like, you know what, I'm going to carry this team. He carried the team yesterday. He was everywhere, breaking up plays. We talk about Declan Rice. He was nowhere to be found yesterday. Reece James bossed and controlled and took over the game yesterday. He was breaking up plays. He was setting up plays. He was attacking. He was defending, tackles. He was everything he was doing yesterday just showed me this is the leader that we need. And it's just brilliant to see him because that's what we demand from our captain. And we know Reece James, the football ability is there. There's just no question about that. It's just how to keep him. And credit to him, whatever he's done.
Yeah, and the club.
Yeah, and the club. Whatever he's done to manage himself, to find out what it is that was causing him, injured most of the time. He's now dealt with that. Now, Reece James is fit and he's playing constantly. So for me, he was absolutely superb yesterday. And it's so nice to see him playing that midfield. When we went down to 10 men, of course, the best player, our best player this season, Moises Caicedo. And when you lose your best player in such a big game, of course you're going to struggle. But we didn't see that yesterday because the captain took responsibility and said, you know what? Yes, we're down to 10 men, but I am going to lead this team. I'm going to make sure we don't lose this game. And that's what we've done. And credit to the boys, credit to the whole team. Everybody, I thought, played really, really well. Chalobah, Fofana in that defense, they cleared everything, they read everything, they defended really, really well. So I thought the whole team yesterday was really, really good. And I thought even with 10 men, we played like the team that's going on to win the league. I thought we played like the team that is about to win the leagues. That's how well we played because the energy that we played with, the aggressivity, the power, the pace that we played with, everything was just working out really, really well yesterday. And credit to the manager because I've said it so many times. If there is one manager that can get the best out of this young team that we have,
it's Enzo.
Enzo Maresca.
It's funny, you've had a lot of practice playing with 10 men, John, so you can see the evolution. They look far more comfortable with 10 men yesterday than they have at any other point. I go back to Old Trafford, where they looked a bit of a mess against a bang average Man United team, let's be honest.
You're always average, mate.
We're bang average. But yesterday, you're playing against, right now, the best team in the land.
Yeah.
We all agree on that.
No question about that.
But there was real control. I thought Alejandro Garnacho on the left did his defensive duties very
when he
well,
came on,
and then looking to spring on the counter. Enzo Fernandez as well, dropping deep alongside Reece. There were some magnificent performances. You've talked about Caicedo. Let's get to his incident.
Yeah.
You played this position.
Yeah.
A red card for you.
Listen, it was borderline between both. If he got away with a yellow card, I would have said, fair enough.
Yeah.
Got away with a red card. Fair enough. That's how close it was for me. I looked at the incident so many times yesterday, and I thought, this is close. It's close. Moises Caicedo, brilliant player. We can't talk enough about everybody in the country, around the world. Nobody can say he's not the best defensive midfield player right now.
I agree.
But my question with Moises Caicedo sometimes, and listen, I'm the biggest fan of Moises. He knows that. And we've said it so many times on this podcast. He is a brilliant world-class defensive midfield player. That game yesterday, everybody was pumped up before the game. Not just him. A lot of people making it a question, oh yeah, he was pumped up, he was this, he was that. No, everybody was pumped up. So you should be. When you're coming into a derby game, especially against Arsenal,
the league leaders,
the biggest rivalry, the team that we never want to see win the Premier League. Everybody should be pumped up. Of course he was pumped up, rightly so. But you have to choose your battle sometimes. You have to time your tackle sometimes. And sometimes when I watch Moises Caicedo, it's not the tackle. Sometimes the tackles are just a little bit clumsy, a little bit, most of the time it's just clumsy and awkward. And when you look at his tackle, sometimes you're thinking, he's got away with one there. But yesterday, he couldn't get away with that one. He just couldn't get away with it. I think that's probably something that referees have looked at and said, oh, you know what? He's been getting away with some awkward, awful tackles here and there.
But you're right, John. But it's awkward. It's not dirty.
Clumsy.
He's not a dirty player.
He's not a dirty player. It's just clumsy. Sometimes it's just clumsy and awkward. When you look at it, you think, ooh, he's got away with one here. But yesterday, he just couldn't get away with that. I think the referee looked at it. Of course, initially yellow card, but then he was referred to go and have a look at the monitor. And then he's like, you know what? That's a borderline on that one. You know, I think this might just be a red card. And I think red card, well-deserved. But Moises Caicedo is a young player. He's growing in that position. He has to learn from that. He's made a huge mistake. He's let his team down. And Moises Caicedo will be the first person. I know from what I've heard with the kid, he's a very young, humble kid. He's going to be the first to put his hand and say, you know what? I made a big mistake here. Sorry, lads. I've cost you 3 points. Yes, we got a draw, but I've cost you 3 points because I know if I stayed on that pitch, 11 men, we would have won that game yesterday because of how well we're playing. So he will be the first to put his hand up and say, you know what? I've made a massive mistake here. He will grow from it. He will learn from it. And he will come back stronger from that. I don't know how many games we're going to miss him from. 3 games. That's huge. Are we going to miss him? Yes. Are we going to struggle without him? Yes. Do we have the players to cope without him? Yes. And it's just made the manager's decision of bringing Cole Palmer back into the team much easier.
Yeah, you're right.
Much easier. Now the manager can sleep. Well, he's not going to sleep well, but, you know, because he's going to miss Moises Caicedo, his best player. But in terms of bringing Cole Palmer back into the team, now he has no issues with that. He's just going to have to play Reece James and Enzo Fernandez. And then, of course, Cole Palmer plays in his favorite position. So, yes, we will miss him. He's our best player. He's the man that keeps everything tidy. He's the guy that keeps everything, you know, breaks up play, sets up play, gets us goals here and there. He's been absolutely fantastic. Yes, we'll miss Moises Caicedo because how important he is to the team. He is to that squad. He is to everything we do. He is the man that solidifies everything. Yeah. He's the man that makes sure he reads the game, breaks up plays, sets up plays. And now he's chipping in with goals as well. And that's what you want from a player of his caliber. And he's doing everything. He's a whole package. Yes, we'll miss him. We'll miss him. Yesterday when I saw it, I was like, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? We need to keep 11 players on the pitch. And that's cost us another 3 points yesterday. We will miss Moises. There's no question about that. Do we have the players to cope without him? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. The way Reece James played yesterday, the way Enzo Fernandez played yesterday, I thought both of them in that midfield yesterday, they were absolutely superb. You know,
and you've got Andre Santos to come back in.
Andre Santos as well to come back in there if we need him. But I just think now if we're going to miss Moises Caicedo, play Reece James alongside Enzo Fernandez, and of course, Cole Palmer comes back and plays in his favorite position. So yes, we miss him, but we have to deal with it.
From what you witnessed, and it was a really good game of football, and credit to Chelsea, even with 10 men, they went toe-to-toe with Arsenal. Do you come away from that game thinking to yourself, you know what, we've got it in us to win this Premier League this season?
I think so. I think one thing that the manager said, I think listened to his interview a few days ago, and he came out and he said, right now we're just concentrating on ourselves. We're not thinking about anybody else. We're just playing each game as taking one game at a time. Come towards the end of the season, if we find ourselves there, then we go for it. Right now, we're there. We know we don't have the much experience to go on and compete to win the Premier League this season, but we are playing well. Make no mistake about that. We are one of the team in form right now. You say Arsenal, then you must say Chelsea, because we are playing, if not as good, we are playing really, really well. Taking consideration of the players that we've been missing as well, you know, playing with, you know,
without Fofana,
without Levi Colwell, and without Cole Palmer as well. So we are playing well. We are the team in form as well. So yes, I think what the manager said last season, where he came out and said, "No, we're not title contenders," blah 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 blah. But now he's come out and say, "We are taking each game one game at a time. If we come to the end of the season, we find ourselves in that position where we have to compete, where we are competing to win the league, then we have to go for it. Of course, we have to go for it." And that's what I want to hear the manager say. Not saying that we're too young to compete, or that we're not there right now. We have a project of 3 years. No, you don't have a project of 3 years. It's about now. So if we are playing as well as we're doing right now and winning games, come towards the end of the season, we find ourselves in that position where we are, you know, first, second, third, 2 points behind, 3 points behind. Then we go for it. Of course we go for it. And that's what I want to see here. The good thing with this team is that we're growing. Every week in, week out, when I watch us, we are growing. We're getting better. The chemistry is getting better. The players are getting to understand exactly what the manager wants them to do. Great. You can feel that the confidence is coming into the team. The players, whoever comes into the team as well, who's not starting, he comes in from the bench. You can see that straight away. He knows exactly what he has to do. You know, I like what I watch with Estavo, and of course, Garnacho. When they have the ball, they're taking players on. They're creating chances. They want to score goals. They want to create chances. And of course, for that kid, you know, he's 17 years old.
18.
Is he 18? 18. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant what he does on a football pitch.
No fear.
No fear. And that's what you want to see. So for me, it's just absolutely brilliant to see what we're doing. And this team will continue to grow. We'll continue to get better as the season progresses, because I think we'll continue to get better the way we're playing. And now when we have Cole Palmer back into the team as well, we will get much better. And if Moises Caicedo comes back, we'll be much, much stronger. And go to the transfer window in January, I just think we need to get one centre-back. Just bring in one more top centre-back. And I can see us going all the way in terms of competing to win the league.
The big games, we've talked about it on this podcast, they're not the problem. I mean, I said it to you off air. The first half performance against Barcelona, I know a lot of people in our social media threads were saying, well, wait a minute, we beat PSG in the Club World Cup final. I thought the opening 45 minutes against Barca, I watch a lot of Chelsea. I need to watch a lot of Chelsea now that we do this podcast.
Which one are you a Chelsea fan?
I kind of am, in a weird sort of way. Anyone but Arsenal. I can say that on this pod. But first 45 minutes against Barca, best I've seen under Enzo. In the big games, you're actually quite comfortable, John.
I've said it so many times.
The struggle is the next three. You talk about Caicedo missing. They've got Leeds away, Bournemouth away, Everton at home. They're the three games Caicedo will not be
really difficult games, those.
They're the games that I look at this Chelsea team and I think, they'll sit in, they'll make it difficult for you guys. Whereas in the big games with Neto and Estevao or Garnacho, wide open spaces, you can get after teams. Not necessarily against these smaller teams. They are the struggles, John.
By the way, we have to give a shout out to Pedro Neto, what he does for us. Oh my God, brilliant. what this kid does for us is absolutely brilliant. And we're not talking about yesterday. The whole season.
He's been
week in, week out. It doesn't matter whether he plays well or not. What he gives us in terms of not just going forward, the other side of the other part of the job, he does it. He does it as better as anyone can do it. Not just going forward, not just what he does in terms of when he has the ball, in terms of going past his defenders, creating chances, trying to score goals. When he doesn't have it, when we don't have the ball, the dirty job that Pedro Neto does for us is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Like, we don't mention it enough, but he is putting in some shift for us. Week in, week out. Not just yesterday. Week in, week out, he does it. He's chasing his man backwards. He's going forward. He's coming backward. And that's what you want to see from your top players. And it's brilliant to see him do that week in, week out. So we must give him credit for that.
Yeah.
Pedro Neto. He does that week in, week out. So credit to him because he's doing a fantastic job. And yes, of course, the big games for us. The big games is the one that I've said it so many times here. It's not a problem for us. It's never a problem for us. We find a way of winning the big games or getting results from the big games. We find a way of picking out, breaking those presses, playing through those players, playing through the presses and stuff. So it's just the smaller games. The so-called easy smaller games. That's where we struggle. We struggle when teams come, sit back and try, okay, you know what? Come and break us down. Yeah, we know you, Chelsea. We know you have the players. We know you have the quality to do it. But come and break us down. We're trying to catch you and counterattack. But come and break us down. That's where we struggle. That's where we fail to win games. And I said it so many times. We drew way too many of those games last season. And that's what cost us the league last season. We didn't win many of those so-called smaller games last season. And it's happening again this season. The big games, it's not a problem for us because we find a way of playing through those presses. When they come out to press us, the big teams, because they're not going to sit back and let us have the ball. They will come out and try to press us. We are the best team. I said it so many times, not just in the Premier League, in the world. We are the best team in terms of playing out through the presses. We are the best. We are the best because we find a way. Reece James and Caicedo in that midfield, showing up and giving the angles of how we have to play out through the back. We are the best. We are the best. So the big games, I don't have any fears. I don't have any sleepless nights with the big games. It's the smaller games that give me the sleepless night.
It's Leeds United away.
You're
not even sleeping this week. Yeah.
So those are the games that we struggle with. Enzo Maresca has to find a way of getting the team back to how we need to break down those smaller teams. Yes, we can have Copam back because he's our creative player. So now he's going to come back into the team. We need to find a way of breaking down those smaller teams and winning those games because those are the games that count comes to the end of the season. Yes, you might pick up 1 point, 3 points if you're lucky against the big teams, how well you play. But the smaller teams are the teams that you have to win because coming towards the end of the season, you're thinking, we didn't beat Leeds United. That's the game we should have won. Or we didn't beat Nottingham Forest. Or we didn't beat Everton. Those are the games we should have won. So for us, we need to find a way. The next 3 games, I know Bournemouth are playing really, really well. But we need to find a way of winning those games. If we can be able to do that, come to us in May, April, we look at ourselves and think, okay, where are we now in the table? Can we go for it now? Yeah. Can we call ourselves title contenders? Can we go and compete to win the league? That's where we want to be.
I found a stat when I was doing my bit of research ahead of this podcast. So Chelsea's average age of their starting 11, 24 years, 166 days.
Young team.
Are very young. To the point, John, no team in Premier League history has won the title with an average age under 25. So Chelsea are still trying to do something that's never been done.
Yep.
Compare it to Arsenal. And we talk a lot about how Arsenal and Mikel has put this young team together to grow together. Their average age now is 26.
Yeah.
So they've crossed over that threshold. They're obviously going for the first title since 2004. From what you saw of Arsenal, and we've talked a lot about them on this pod, so much so Arsenal fans now listen to this podcast waiting for you to have a go at them. But from what you saw last night, and again, you cannot judge Arsenal purely on the performance at Stamford Bridge, but you still think they are the team to beat? You were a bit disappointed with their performance last night, weren't you?
I was. Are they a team to beat? Yes.
Yeah.
Are they the favorite? Yes. Is everybody expecting Arsenal to go on and win the league this season? Of course, yes.
And without Saliba and Gabriel.
Without
last night,
Saliba and Gabriel.
fair play to them in that.
Yes. Do they have the squad to do it? Of course they do. Of course they do. The question is, when you keep drawing against Sunderland away, the game they should have won, considering the last minute, and again yesterday.
10 men for an hour.
10 men for an hour.
Ish.
We're a good team, yes. We're a fantastic team, yes. But when you call yourself title contenders, you want to win the league. Those are the opportunities you don't let go. You don't let those opportunities go. Down to 10 men. You have to. You have to. It doesn't matter whether you play in Stamford Bridge or not. You have to win that game yesterday. They are disappointed. So they should be.
They'll be thinking...
Mikel Arteta last night after the game, I could see in his face, was disappointed.
Yeah.
That's an opportunity missed. That is a big opportunity missed. Because if they had won that game, they would have gone what?
7 points.
7 point clear.
5 right now of City.
5 now of City.
And they're still 6 ahead of you.
Exactly. That is opportunity missed. And I know we can talk about it week in, week out. Or most week they draw again. We say, oh yeah, it's a game, they drawn again. But they still title contenders. But from the record of who we know, it's Arsenal. Slowly but surely, they're finding a way of bottling it. Slowly but surely, they're finding a way of fucking it up. Yes, you might say a draw. The Sunderland game, a draw. People saying, oh, it's just one game. But with the record, it keeps creeping up.
Yeah, they compound. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't keep saying, oh, yeah, it's one game. Oh, yeah, we've drawn. Okay, we're still title contenders. You never know what's going to happen in 2-3 weeks. This is the Premier League. This is the toughest league in the world. When you listen to managers like Pep Guardiola tell you, sometimes when you're in a bad run, you're thinking it compounds. Yes, you might say, oh, 1, 2, 3. And then it starts to 3, 4, 5. And you can't find your way out of that bad run. That is what the Premier League gives you. When you get yourself into that bad run, it's a very difficult league to get yourself out of it. So Arsenal players and Arsenal, they need to make sure that they don't find themselves in that situation.
Yeah.
They are still the team to beat. They are still the favorite to win the league. There's no question about that. But when you keep drawing these games, we 10 men against us. We're fantastic. We played really well yesterday.
Brilliant.
But I thought they should have found, they didn't do enough. They did not create enough yesterday to say they deserve to win that game. They did not. I was disappointed with Saka yesterday. Disappointed with yes, he created the goal yesterday, yes. Cucurella did a brilliant job on him yesterday. But Eberechieze was nowhere to be found. Martinelli was nowhere to be found. Madueke came in, was absolutely poor.
Yeah, he was.
They were poor yesterday, Arsenal.
Credit Chelsea on that.
Credit to us.
Right.
We played amazing. We were superb yesterday. We were absolutely brilliant. But when you call yourself a team that wants to win the league, you haven't won the league for 20, 22, 23 years, whatever it is.
2004.
This is the time you have to go for it. These are the games you have to win. Rivalry, the derby. Go there, make a statement, and win that game. Then you call yourself, yes, now we can beat ourselves in the chest and say, you know what? We are Arsenal Football Club, and now we are going to win the league. I think drawing that game yesterday just showed that there's still vulnerability in that team, that you can get at them. You can get at them if you play well, if you are aggressive, the way we were, the way Reece James ran the show yesterday, the way Enzo Fernandez was tackling, running, doing everything to make sure that we don't lose that game yesterday. We were first to everything. We were winning the ball. We were creating chances. At some point, we looked like a team that, with 11 men and they were down to 10 men.
That's the greatest compliment you can give.
We sat back deep. We defended well. We knew what we were doing yesterday when we were down to 10 men. And that's what I loved about the team yesterday. Sometimes when you find yourself in this situation where things are not going your way, how do you dig deep? How do you make sure you sit deep? How do you pull everybody together? And that's what I saw yesterday from the captain, from the leader, Reece James yesterday. Pulling everybody together, making sure we stay compact. We're making sure we stay deep. When we had the ball, how do we break? These are the mentality I want to see. And this is the team that you can look at and say, yes, we are moving in the right direction. We are growing. We are getting better. We are getting stronger. Experience is growing in the team. And that's what I loved yesterday with the game yesterday. Yes, we didn't win yesterday, but those difficult games where we had to sit deep, those games is where I want to see how do we react to it.
Yeah.
And we reacted really well yesterday.
And Maresca deserves credit. The tweaks that he made at halftime obviously went in at 0-0. You get the goal. We often talk, and it's the old cliche, but goals change games. You get a goal, you've then got something to hold on to.
Yeah.
You held on to it for a bit, and then, of course, Marino steps up and with a header. And then from there, though, to your point, John, you were pretty comfortable.
We were pretty comfortable, yeah.
I've got to say, one man who's going to enjoy, and he's earned his day off today, Mark Cucurella, midweek against Lamine Yamal, and then yesterday
he needs a day off.
Bukayo Saka. Give him 2 days off. He was
needs a day off.
magnificent.
Cucurella has been absolutely superb, magnificent for the team. And remember when we got him, everybody's thinking, what the fuck have we got here?
60 million plus.
But I mean, mate, he's just grown and grown and grown, and he's gotten better and better and better. Every game I watch him, week in, week out, he plays the same way. He reminds me of a certain player, Aspilicueta.
Yeah.
A player that is always playing the same. You know, it's that little player that's always there digging out your feet. You know, it's that little thing that's
Scottish Terrier
exactly
dog.
like you know, with that just he's annoying, but he's good annoying. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? He's those kind of player that you want to get rid of him, but he never goes away.
Yeah.
He's there. He's this little small guy, but he never goes away. That's why I want to see the mentality. Tenacious. He's hungry. He's always there. He plays the same way, 100% every time, week in, week out. You know what I mean? Played against Lamine Yamal, had him in his pocket. Played against Saka, had him in his pocket. But the only player so far this season that I know that had him on a toast was Michael Olise. Absolutely destroyed Cucurella.
Oh, yeah.
But
that's what
we can forgive him for that.
Had him on toast.
We can forgive him for that.
We can.
But the team, listen, we can talk so much about our team. Like what I saw yesterday was absolutely brilliant. You know, the way we are growing, we look like a team that's developing, a team that is growing. The mentality is coming, is getting there. The mentality, the Chelsea mentality, the culture is coming back. Is getting there. You can see slowly but surely.
I agree.
And again, when you see the captain fit and playing the Chelsea way, because he's an academy player, he knows the culture of the football club. And when I saw him perform the way he did yesterday, I was thinking to myself, yes, that is our way. That is the Chelsea way. And he has shown that to the players and to the fans, to everybody that's been doubting, criticizing Reece James. We can all eat our words, because my word yesterday, the guy was absolutely superb. He played like I've never seen him before. Yeah. He was doing everything. He was first on everything. He was running, tackling, aggressivity. He wasn't scared of getting injured. He was putting his feet, everything where it hurts. He was winning everything. He's absolutely dominated Reece James yesterday. Absolutely dominated Reece James. The midfielder Arsenal, he was the guy. He ran the show yesterday. And it's not, and when you see your captain performing that way and showing the other players how it should be done, that's what you want to see.
Yeah.
That's what JT showed us when we were at the football club. He showed us what it meant to be at this football club. He showed us that you have to put your head where it hurts. You have to put your feet where it hurts. And that's one thing I have to say yesterday as well with Chalobah. After getting that knock, I think he got that knock before he scored the goal.
Encapi, bang.
Yeah, but if he's gone on with that knock and put his head again to get that header, because if you kind of knock, that bump on your face, a lot of players will be scared to put their head again where it hurts. Yeah. But no, he went in there and put his head again where it hurts.
Great header.
And got a goal. That's what we talk about mentality. That's what we talk about the culture of the football club. Wanting to put your head where it hurts. To sacrifice for the football club, to sacrifice for the team, to make sure you get a result for the team. And that's what I saw yesterday. I was so impressed watching the team yesterday, because everybody was absolutely brilliant. Everybody was superb yesterday. You know, Sanchez was brilliant. Malo Gusto was brilliant.
He was brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic. So for me, the team yesterday was really, really, really good. At some point when I look at the game yesterday, I thought we were 11 men and they were down to 10 men. That's how good we were. And I'm saying it again, Arsenal should be disappointed. If they are not, then they're not title contenders. They should be disappointed of not going on to win that game yesterday. They should have thrown the kitchen sink at us yesterday. The kitchen sink should have been thrown at us yesterday. And they didn't do that enough yesterday. They did not do that enough yesterday. I feel like they didn't give everything, even when Gyökeres came in. He didn't do enough. He didn't do enough. But we were superb.
Yeah, you were. 6 points is the gap. Of course, the battle continues. We're only still start of December. There's an awful long way. You often talk about the fact the festive period.
The festive period is,
it's the big test for an awful lot
and
of
that's
players.
why I thought Arsenal right now should have been 7-9 points.
The fact that City and you
Stretch the
boys...
lead. Coming down to the festive period where the games is back to back, where it gets really, really cold, freezing. The players, the toes
Gloves
in your
on,
boots, snooze, cold. That is where we separate the men from the boys.
Were you a snood bad
Exactly.
job?
That's where you separate the boys from the men. Because when you have to play with the snooze, the gloves, you put your boots on. 5 minutes you walk on the pitch, your toes is blocked inside your football boots. You can't run. You can't put in tackles because you're scared your legs, you're going to get hurt. Those are the games. Those are the period where you test yourself. And that's why I thought Arsenal right now should have been 6, 7, 9 points clear to give themselves a little bit of that buffer going into that
only 5.
going into that Christmas period, because I know they will drop points.
Come on,
Everybody will drop at Christmas period because that is how it is. So looking at that period, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, but I think that's where Arsenal will bottle it.
I have to ask, who was the softest in winter, John? I can imagine, were you a snood guy, a hat guy, gloves?
I was never the snooze guy, but gloves, yes.
Hat.
But what usually killed me was my toes, mate. When I put those boots on,
freezing.
Oh my word. The snow on the pitch back then when we used to play was a little bit bubbly. The snows, there's the technology right now to melt the ice just before they come out. Before they come out right now, I think there's a lot more technology now to make it a bit more easier for them to play.
Yeah.
But back then we didn't have all that fucking technology, mate. Our toes were fucking frozen. You finish the game, there's blood underneath your toe. That's how hard it was. That's how difficult it was. We used to finish games like 4 or 5 players. The next day we go on, to the training ground, and there's blood underneath our toes, and you see the physio, the doctors, they put in needles to try to.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Needle going through your toes to crack your toenail open to get the blood out, because you have to get the blood out. That's the only way you can make it better. That's the only way.
Who was the softest? Who was the one that was I
did it one time, I never did again. Man, it was fucking painful. Because the doctor went through my toenails and it just hit my skin. Poof.
And that's
so it went through my toenails, the blood gushed out, and then it just hit the skin of my toe. I screamed. And I said to myself, there is no fucking way I'm doing that again. No chance I'm doing that again. Never again. So every time I had blood underneath my toe, I never showed it to the doctor.
You never showed it?
Never showed it to the doctor. I just took a painkiller. Or I get an injection. Injection is better.
Better than getting a needle
hammered through my toe.
Oh my God.
I just get an injection, a painkiller injection for an hour or 2 hours. And then I play the game and that's it. After the game, I'm in fucking pain.
I mean, of course, you're used to the cold. You played in Norway.
Yeah.
For 6 months, but you're used to the cold.
But these days now, these kids now, they have so many technology right now to make it easier for them to play even when it's cold.
I know Sean Dyche, he's a guy that's banned hats.
You shouldn't be. I think as football players, you shouldn't be playing games with snooze. There is no way you should be playing games with that. When I see that, I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here? A football player going in to play a Premier League game with a fucking snooze. No chance. No chance. That should be banned. No way. If I see that from my player, I'm pulling you off. You're not going on that pitch. That's it. You out. You're done.
Bugger.
You're done.
He doesn't like
gloves,
it.
Yes.
Hats, snoods, banned them all from training. He's like, why would you wear them in training when you can't wear them in a game?
In training, I don't mind.
Get the snoods off.
Yeah.
That's Sean Dyche.
In training, I don't mind. But in games, you're going into a war, mate.
Yeah.
You can't be fucking wearing snoods. Fuck that.
Mario Balotelli loved the snoods.
Oh, fucking hell. No, I don't want to see that from play. I think that should be banned. In games, no snoods. That's it. Gloves, yes.
Gloves are allowed. When we look at the table, City, far from convincing at the weekend. 2-0 up, 2-2. Phil Foden, who's getting slowly back to where we saw him a season or so back. Not last season, the season before that when he was named PFA Player of the Year. 3-2. They're the big winner from the weekend, John.
They were.
5 points now.
Yeah, started the game really, really well. Got the goal, in 59 seconds? Something like
Inside a
that.
minute.
And you're thinking, okay, they're going to run away with it here.
Yeah,
and
5
again,
minutes.
going 2-0 up, you're thinking, okay, that's it, done. Again, the Premier League. The Premier League. Twists and turns. You cannot be comfortable in the Premier League. You cannot. Anything can happen at any time. Leeds United at the Etihad Stadium, coming back from 2-0 down to equalize 2-2. And you're thinking, they look like the team that's going to go on and win it. They wanted to go on and win it.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the man who's come back to form, the man who's playing right now, like the Phil Foden that we all know, playing in his favorite position, the Phil Foden that has that first touch, that has that first turn, that likes to play in that pocket. When he plays there, he likes to create chances. That's his game. That's the way he wants to play. And of course, with Kevin De Bruyne moving on now, that's his position.
He's the main man.
And I hate when Pep Guardiola plays him on the wing because you can't get the best out of Phil. Play him in the middle where he likes to play, where he can create chances, where he likes to get on the ball and create chances and feed Haaland. That's where he loves to play. I know sometimes Pep is trying to accommodate Bernardo Silva. No. Phil has to play in the number 10 position.
Cherokee as well is in that position.
Cherokee play him on the wide. Phil has to play in the number 10 position. That's where he's more involved. That's where he's more creative. You don't get the best out of Phil when you play him on the wing. And City struggled. They did struggle. Went up 1-0, 2-0 up, and you think they're going to run away with it here. Because Leeds United, in that first half, they had nothing to offer.
Yeah.
Nothing, absolutely zero to offer. But again, second half, they credit to Daniel Falca. Make some changes, in the second half. They came out a bit more direct with Calvert-Lewin coming into the game. They went a bit more direct, stretched TT, playing long balls, and Luis Diaz and Guardiola struggled to deal with him because he was an handful when he came on the pitch. And that's how they equalized 2-2. And you're thinking, City gonna drop points here. But of course, Phil Foden, what a turn. Got the ball from Cherokee. What a great turn. And to be able to have that awareness and that calmness when you're in that situation in the box where everybody was guarded. There was no space to absolutely curl that ball around everybody. It's just absolutely brilliant goal. And I'm so happy for Phil because I think he's a fantastic, fantastic young player. And to see him playing well now for Manchester City, the way he's been playing, the way we know, I just think last season the team struggled and he struggled massively. Now he's back playing really, really well. He looks stronger, he looks sharper, he looks happier, and he's been absolutely fantastic for City this season.
Big win. You were saying as well, a little bit of a tete-a-tete at the end of the game. Pep Guardiola and Erling Haaland remonstrating. They were having a difference of opinion on the pitch. Of course, no goal for Haaland. We've not said that often this season. He's a machine, for goodness sake. You were saying to me, though, there's been a lot made of it. You'd have no problem if a Jose or a Carlo made a beeline for you on the pitch at the end of the game. Would you man up? Would you be able to handle
But
that?
I must say, though, I think to first of all, to go to that, I think that's listen, Haaland has been absolutely magnificent, brilliant. And he's been playing so well for City, for his national team. He's qualified Norway to the World Cup, which is a great achievement. He's scored so many goals this season, but we can let him off. He was absolutely poor in that game. Absolutely poor. At some point, I saw Bernardo Silva having a go at him because he wasn't pressing. He wasn't holding up the ball. He wasn't doing enough to hold up the ball when the ball is being played to him. He didn't do enough in that game. And Pep on the touchline, time after time, was screaming at him, come on, Haaland, we need you, give us a bit more. And he wasn't. For some reason, he was sulking in that game. He wasn't pressing, he wasn't running. Whatever reason it was, we'll let him off. It's a one-off game. Because he's been absolutely brilliant this season. He's been absolutely fantastic this season for City. So, come towards the end of the game, I think he was frustrated because he didn't get a bit more service, whatever. But it's a one-off game. Sometimes Haaland, if you're not playing, if you're not scoring, give the team the other side of the game.
Yeah.
Do the dirty job. Hold up the play. Because you want to win the league. You also want to win the league, right? You want to compete to win the league. So give the team a bit more. Do a bit more. Hold up the play. Press a bit more. He wasn't doing that. Every ball that came up to him in that game was won by the Leeds defenders. He didn't do enough. And he would be the first to put his hand up and say, you know what? Yes, it's a one-off game. I didn't do enough. And the team demanded more from him because they were struggling. When Leeds United equalized 2-2, they wanted a bit more from him, but he still wasn't. He was just jogging and trotting on the pitch. You don't do that if you want to win the league. He knows better. Haaland knows better. He knows he needs to give the team a bit more. And I sense the frustration from Pep Guardiola. And of course, after the game, yes, both of them, you can see both on the pitch, not arguing. But we all know right now, 10 years in the league, Pep Guardiola, in the Premier League, we know the guy. He's a very, very emotional person.
Yeah.
Very emotional manager. Very emotional. And you can't be you can't be successful without not being emotional, without kicking everything on the touchline, without, living and breathing and eating the game, sleeping the game, being crazy about the game. The guy, he's the most successful manager ever because that's what he does. He demands so much from his players. He demands everything from his players. And if he wants to show example to other players that what he demands from everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, he has to go to the top dog. And the top dog is Erling Haaland. If I have to show that I can speak to any player on that team to listen to me, I have to speak to Haaland, even when he's not performing. And that's what he did. Yes, maybe wait it and do it inside the dressing room.
But he's always done it on the pitch.
But he's always done it on the pitch.
You've said he's an emotional guy.
He's an emotional guy. He just can't help himself. Yeah. He can't hold it. He can't wait to get into the dressing room. Because sometimes he feels, you know what, if I went to get into the dressing room, I must have calmed down a little bit and I wouldn't say what I had to say. Because that's what happens. When you listen to it, they say, you know what, take your time, go, come back. Next day, you must have come down and you have a bit more, you have the right word to say. I get that. Sometimes the best managers, the right managers, they say it on the pitch. They say it right there and then because they don't want to sleep over that. Because when they sleep over it, they come back the next day a bit calmer. They wouldn't say exactly what they had to say. Yeah. So for me, he's an emotional guy. That's the way he deals with situations. He confronts it as soon as it happens on the pitch, straight after the game. And both of them were just having a chat. He was trying to hug Haaland. Haaland wasn't having it. He was a little bit upset. He didn't score a goal. He didn't get the service. But I think Pep was telling him, you didn't give us enough.
Yeah.
We demanded more from you. You didn't give us enough. Yes, you didn't score. Yes, the service wasn't there today. But give us more. Do the dirty side of the game. Press a bit more.
Yeah.
Hold up the ball a bit more. Bring people into play. He didn't do that enough in that game. And yes, a lot of people might look at it and think, is there going to be a rift between both? I don't think so. That's Pep Guardiola. That is his way. That is the way he coaches. That is the way he manages his players. And we've all talked about it so many times. Oh, Pep, stop it. Do it in the dressing room. No, he doesn't want to listen. That is his way. He does it week in, week out. He's not listening to what we have to say. He does it after the game. He goes up to his players and tell them exactly what he needed to be done. Sometimes on that pitch as well, straight after the game, you can show the players on that pitch exactly what you want because you're right there and then. It's fresh on their brains. When you put that information on their brains right there and then, it might then sink into their brain. Next game, I know exactly what I have to do.
And you'd have no problem with it.
I wouldn't. And I think also one thing that in that game, Pep Guardiola felt like, you know what? Yes, I'm frustrated with Erling Haaland. Yes, it's not going his way, but I need him. It's 2-2. Leeds United have equalized. I can't take him off because we need to win the game. That is the frustration because he needs more from him. He can't take him off and bring someone else in.
That's Erling Haaland.
That's Erling Haaland. Yeah. He can score at any time.
Yeah.
That is the frustration. If it was someone else, he would just hook you up and say, you know what, you off. Replace you with someone else. But because he needs him, that's his best player. That's his go-to guy. That's his man. That's the top dog. He needs him.
Yeah.
Because he can get a goal out of nothing. So he was demanding a lot more from him in that game. And that's why, because he couldn't take him off. He couldn't say, you know what, come off. I'm going to bring in someone else. No, it's Erling Haaland. You need him. You're 2-2. You're playing it's a draw at home. You need to win the game. You have to go for it. And who's the better player to live on the pitch? Erling Haaland. He couldn't take him off. And I think that was the frustration from Pep Guardiola.
I take the point that you raised earlier on in this podcast, John. We're, 3.5 months into the season? And yet, for all of Arsenal's dominance, keeping clean sheets, defensively looking so solid, the gap is only 5 points.
Only 5 points.
To this festive period. So City, and I've said on this pod, City don't convince me. They certainly didn't again at the weekend. 2-0 up. Yeah. City, 2-0 up at home to 2-2. That just doesn't happen. So they ain't convincing, but equally, they're still within just 5 points. And you think, because you often say to me on this podcast, listen, all good and well being in the moment, but historically, Arsenal have bottled it. Historically, City do put a 9-10, winning run together. So with all of that in mind, Pep Guardiola, I think, will be quietly,
but surely knows that he's the manager that's won the Premier League 6 times and has won it 4 times in a row. He knows how to win the Premier League. He knows how to win titles. And right now, he'll be telling his team, you know what? We're 5 points.
We're okay.
We're good.
Yeah, we're okay.
5 points. We are good. We can still do this.
Easy.
We can still do this. Historically, like you've said it, we know, of course, the other side of London, the red side, we know how they always mess it up, And
it's up to them to break that, right? Ultimately, it's up to them to break what historically they've done. Is this City team capable of putting 10 wins?
But that's the thing.
I'm not sure
That's the thing. Historically, we've known in the past that City can go on a run.
Yes.
10 games, unbeaten, go on to win the league.
They've done
when the Gundogan, the Rodri feat, the Kevin De Bruyne, you know what I mean? The Sterling, the Agueros.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They can go on that run.
Can this team
go on that run? I don't see it.
Neither do I.
I don't see it. So Pep Guardiola knows that. He needs to get his main man back on that pitch as quickly as possible. I understand the wait. I understand he wants to make sure when he comes back, he's fit and he's ready to go. Yeah. He wants to make sure it's the right time. He's coming back on the pitch. He's coming back to the squad, and he's not gonna go out again with injured. He wants to have him when he comes back. When Rodri comes back, Pep Guardiola wants to have him from now till the end of the season, fit and playing. The question is, when he comes back, how do you manage his minutes? That's the question. Make no mistake about it. We all know that Rodri is for me, Manchester City team, he's the most important player. He is the most important. I know I sound like a broken record when I say that, but it's a fact. It's the truth. When he plays, this City team plays way much better. They play the City way. Because he is that guy that dictates the game. Everything goes through him. So for me, are they capable of, is this City team, the question is, are they capable of going on that run?
I've got my doubts.
I don't believe that. Can they go on to win the league? They are there. 5 points. It's not 10 points. It's not 15 points. They are there.
Yeah.
Do they have the manager to go on and win the league that knows how to win the league? Yes, they do. Do they have winners on that team that's won the Premier League, that's won the Champions League? Yes, they do. Do they have the winning mentality, which is the most important thing? Yes, they do. The question is, can they be consistent?
That's it.
And this City side, I don't think right now they can. They don't have the players that they have right now are still trying to gel. They're still trying to get better. Sheikh is trying to get better. Reinders as well. I don't know. Reinders has disappeared. You know, his few performance start of the season, he's gone missing. Reinders. He looks like a total different player when he plays right now. Doku on and off, hot and cold. You need consistency in that City side, and they don't have it. They don't have it. They need to get Rodri back. If they have him back, if they get him back, I think they can be a much, much better team. Nico Gonzalez is doing a brilliant job, but he's not a Rodri. Rodri has mastered that position. He knows how to get the City side to play well. And when he plays, they play way, way much better. So for me, are they title contenders? Yes. Are we Chelsea title contenders? The way we are playing? Of course, yes. We are there the way we are playing. We are one of the best teams in terms of form right now. We are playing really, really some good football. We are playing with so much confidence. The bravery when we have the ball, the confidence when we have the ball. Everybody looks comfortable, and that's what you want to see. And the manager has got the best out of these players. He's giving them that confidence to go out there, perform, play well. Don't be scared to make mistakes, because you will make mistakes as a football player. The problem is when you don't try to do the right thing. Don't be scared to do the right thing. You will make mistakes doing the right thing. Keep doing it. Yes. Because if it works, magic.
Tell you what, John, we're in for an unbelievable festive period. I cannot wait for the next few weeks. As you've often said, it separates the men from the boys, this festive period. Last one for me.
It is. I promise you that. The festive period is when you separate the boys from the men. I remember going to games when we sit in the bus or we are flying, whatever it is, in that festive period, you hate everything. I promise you.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
You hate training. You hate being on the bus, on the coach, traveling 2 hours, whatever it is.
Freezing.
You're going from London to Birmingham. It looks like you're traveling 20 hours. That's how far it looks, because the road is snow, it's slippery. The bus travel very, very slow. Everybody's on the bus, it's freezing. You come out of the bus, it's freezing. You get in your room, fuck me, it's absolutely freezing. Get on the pitch, it's cold. That is where you need to find that thing within you. You have to find it within you. It has to come within you. Jose Mourinho used to tell us, I can't help you with this situation.
Yeah.
You have to find out what is there inside you. The situation is not in the summer where everything is perfect. The grass is green. The weather is perfect. It's hot. It's sunny. You know, this situation, I can't help you. You mentally have to find that thing inside you, within you, mentally, that you have to go out there and perform. Your toes, I keep talking about it.
That's why I didn't make it as a
frozen. You have to go out there and put yourself where it hurts. Knowing that you're cold, you're gonna get injured, you know, everybody's gonna come, the boots, the
You're making me feel cold.
When someone steps on you, ooh.
You just want to be at home, hot chocolate.
You just want to be at home with hot chocolate, flipping the channels and watching,
Exactly.
That's what you want to do. But we are there doing our job. Yeah. That's our job. And we have to perform. The fans don't fucking care.
Yeah,
whether it's freezing or not. They don't give a
shit. Get the 3
points.
It's
your fucking job, mate. Yeah. Go out there and perform.
Get the 3 points.
And we used to find that thing inside us. We used to go out there together, stick together. You know what I mean? JT used to go at us. You know what I mean? Go there. Tim talked before the game. Yes, it's fucking freezing. Yes, it's cold. Tell the foreign players, because they've just come into the country. They have to learn the culture, the winning mentality. You can't put your hand up and say, you know what, sorry, boss, it was cold. That's not a fucking excuse. Nobody gives a shit. You're here to perform. You have to perform. And we used to go out there, make sure we perform and win the games.
I want to finish up. This man didn't have to worry about the cold over in South America. We've got to say well done to an old teammate of yours, a man that's been on this podcast. Do check it out. Felipe Luis.
Yeah.
Copa Libertadores winner as manager of Flamengo. He won it twice as a player with the club.
Yeah.
He's now won it, his holy grail as a manager.
Grail, exactly,
1-0 win over Palmeiras. Just an incredible story. And that's a man that we've said on this pod, his managerial career is now going to skyrocket.
I'll be surprised. If we don't see him in the next two years. I think he'll stay another year. I think in the next 2-3 years, if we don't see him in Europe. For sure.
One of the big clubs.
He's that good. And not just that good. I think when we had him on the pod, just the way he talks about football, the insight he has about football, the knowledge that he has about football is incredible. Because I was listening to him, I was thinking, is this the guy I played with? The transformation is absolutely fantastic. Going from being a player and now a manager. When I watch him on the touchline, he's so calm and assured of what he wants his team to do. And his team just plays the way he wants them to play. They're aggressive, they're brave on the ball, they're confident. It doesn't matter who you are. They don't care. They play out from the back. They play on the front foot, which is what he said. I want my team to play on the front foot. I want my team to play quite expansive football. We want to be on the front foot. We want to attack. We want to be aggressive. and his team plays exactly the same way. So for me, he's a fantastic. He looks to me that he will be a top manager. And to see him achieve that one trophy that he told us on the pod, he said, I asked him, I said, what is success to you right now? He said, listen, Copa Libertadores, that's what I want to win. That's what this club wants to win. The standard, the demand of this football club is to win the Copa Libertadores. And to see somebody who mentioned it, talked about it, to go on and achieve it. And what they did in the Club World Cup as well, beating us 3-1. And he explained how the masterclass, the strategy, how he didn't sleep the day before, trying to conjure up the tactics, how he would play against us. And he gave us so much insight of how he beat us. It's incredible. It's amazing to hear somebody talk about it and actually achieve it. So for me, I will be surprised if I don't see Felipe Luis, in Europe in the next 2-3 years. Hopefully to come and coach Chelsea one day.
Maybe one day. He's also closing in on another league title as well. It's a fantastic...
Oh, yes. The job he's doing there is brilliant.
Incredible. It's a fantastic interview as well. It's available on the podcast, wherever you get your podcast. It's available on our YouTube channel as well. Check it out. Fantastic. John Obi in conversation with Felipe Luis, a Copa Libertadores winner with Flamengo. Right, John, another edition of Taking the Mikel. We got to finish up because we got to get this up.
Yeah, we just have to keep mentioning sometimes, most time about, they know that I have enough. We know they are the team to win the league. I think next time we just have to, every time in this pod, we have to bring a bottle and just drop it.
You've got to get in. One last dig. The Arsenal fans, that's going to go viral now. John's still digging you out. The 1-1 draw at Stamford
We're Chelsea.
Bridge.
We never want to see Arsenal win the league.
I've got a bet on with you, don't I?
Yes, you do.
We've made a little winner bet. John, I think you're going to be taking me out for dinner at the end of the season, but let's see. Right, that is it for us. Another edition of Taking the Mikel. There's going to be many of these, I'm sure, over the festive period. Next big interview is on the way as well. That one, I'm not going to reveal exactly who now. It's another belter as well on the Obi-Wan podcast, made possible by BetWinner. For now, though, you need to really show us your toes, John. I want to see the damage.
Oh, yeah. My kids always ask me that. Why is your nails why is it crooked?
Now we know.
I'm like, that toe is fucking paying your school fees, man.
Ta-da from us.